What buns? Like the buns of pissing people off? Like Doctor Strange was a terrible movie and you should never watch it. That's not something I would say. I don't mean that. I'm just saying if we wanted to piss some people off.
Right. Headline.
Some people say that it's the new BVS. I'm just saying. Straight to the point and just action. Who cares about anything else?
Right. Sense, what is that? Never heard of her.
Sounds sexy though.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh God. So I guess we should. What's up, man?
Should we just go ahead and say spoiler episode? Get the fuck out if you don't want to hear spoilers.
Run away as fast as you can. Unless you have seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, GT the fuck out right now. Get the fuck out, I guess I just said. Speaking of sense, we make a lot of it right now. Well, before we actually talk about the movie, to give people time to go watch it and then come back.
Movie. I would rather watch the Eternals. Hashtag Iron Man 2 was better. Yes.
That's an interesting. Oh wow, that's an interesting thing to say. So what do you have there? Oh, is that a space dust?
Yes, it is.
Oh, nice. I recognize that mascot anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. What's the percentage on that? 8.2, is it?
Yeah, you're an alcoholic. Good guess.
I'm getting there. Yeah. The alcoholism is flowing through these veins very nicely. Well, you once again, sir, are drinking something that's just about twice the strength of what I'm drinking.
You're a little bitch.
So technically, this is an IPA, I believe. Even though on the at the brewery, they called it an XPA, which was kind of interesting. I don't know what the X was for, but it
as
is
in don't drink it.
I guess so, right? Stay away from this right now. Do not cross. But yeah, I have what's it called? The Kumquat Citra XPA by I&I Brewing in Southern California.
Kumquat. That sounds like something I want to do to your chest.
Absolutely. And I'll greatly receive whatever it is that you want to give me. Whatever gift you want to bestow upon me.
Go ahead and help me out with this, AJ. What do you call it? Sexy words that are sexy?
Sexy words sound sexy?
Sound sexy. Yes.
Go
ahead.
Absolutely.
Let me hear you make that word sexy.
Oh, you're putting that on me now. Yeah. Oh, God. The role reversal. Damn it. All right, let me think here. Give me a scenario first. Where am I?
You're in a back alley. We're at a weird spot between day and night, where the sun's just about to go down, but there's still light out, so they can see your pretty curls. And a man and his dog walks by.
All right, sounds good.
Go. Tell me what happens next. Make that word sound sexy.
But make it sound sexy with a man and his little dog walking by in the twilight hour of a dark alley. Yeah, that is oddly specific. How many times have you found yourself in that situation? That's my question.
At least twice.
I'm gonna say, and I think there was some trauma there because it is the setting is perfectly set. I love it. I feel like I'm there already. All right, fine.
You wanted the scene.
So, I appreciate it. So
action.
Well, hello there, sir. And young steed you carry there with you. I see that there's a back door behind this little bar here in this lovely alley that we're in. Oh, watch the rat there. Excuse the rat. Just give it a little kick. Sorry, Rovi, down there. But just want to know if you want to slip behind this little dumpster that's near this door here so I can show you all my little beautiful kumquat.
But sir, what'd I do with my dog?
Don't fight it. No, the dog can join. There's enough kumquat here for everybody.
Oh my God.
Does that do it for
Strange.
You? On that very interesting note, on that relevant topic, I'm going to try this XPA, by the way. I didn't tell you. So it's half the strength. It's 4.3%. So yay.
We really trailed off there. Wow.
Yeah, well, you wanted sexy words sound sexy. God damn it. Well, this isn't bad. It's light in percentage, but smooth in flavor. I'll give it that. I was really anticipating worse, like a lot.
That's terrible. Look at how clear that is. That's water. You're drinking a Corona. You're lying to
I know.
everybody.
You know what? I had a beer earlier today, and it looked a lot like this, and that was a lager. It was a longboard by Kona Brewing, and it looks very similar, and it's kind of similar in taste. Slightly more full and round flavor from this thing. That must be the pale ale part of it, but either way. Anyway.
So just because you bring it up, it's Kona, right? Kona Brewery?
Correct.
That's the one that's in Hawaii?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to try to visit it?
Oh, baby. You know it. You know it. Well, there is another brewery called Maui Brewing Company that we definitely are going to go to. We were looking it up earlier today. I know
that one.
There's like multiple islands out there in territories that have their own Maui Brewing Company brewery out there. So I'm super hype. Plenty of food, all sorts of things, happy hours. So I'm going to become a regular there for the short time that we're out there.
I'm jealous. I hope you enjoy the shit out of that.
I hope so too. I'm sure I will. But anyway, Doctor Strange and kumquats with dogs in dark alleys in the twilight hour. I can feel your power.
Fuck the man. It's just about the dog.
That's what I'm really wanting there. Absolutely. Bestiality is my reality. That's the old saying, right?
Oh, no. Don't take the podcast there.
Pretty sure that was in Proverbs 69, something like that. Yes. Anyway, God, we just lost all Christian and Catholic listeners, if there were any to begin with.
Probably weren't. Probably wasn't.
To any of you watching us slowly smoke, you know why. I mean, like our bodies. We're like slowly disintegrating.
We're burning. Yeah.
Burning. Much like Doctor Strange's flesh in this movie. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or should I use the word, since we're in spoiler territory, rotting? But
rotting.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was a zombie. Wow, the trailer really got me. I thought it was a zombie, like from Marvel Zombies.
Right.
He was in a sense, but he's not.
Right. Like, I definitely think it was like their, like, not Sam Raimi's nod towards Marvel Zombies. But I mean, do we want to start with Zombie Doctor Strange? As far as how we feel about this? Okay. I guess I'll start with my thoughts on that. I think while the idea of it was kind of neat, I think it looked a little goofy. Like, I was kind of giggling through a lot of that bit. Like, when he's like trying to hype up America Chavez, it was a little silly. Like, you can do this. I know you can. And then winky face and all that. Like, that was pretty Sam Raimi. That was pretty Sam Raimi. But
Didn't I tell you can tell it's his movie. Like, it's his movie. It's his baby.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Which, I mean, to a degree, made the movie kind of fun, but also kind of made it a little cheesy in my mind. But ultimately, though, I enjoyed myself, and I told myself I wanted to see this movie a second time before doing this episode. But I haven't got around to it yet. But I do really want to see the movie again, just to see how I feel about it more now that I anticipate, or now that I better understand what this movie is.
Okay,
I guess.
So, did you like it?
I did like the movie. I don't know if I loved it yet. I don't know if I loved it. Yeah. There are aspects of it that I did certainly enjoy. Some really cool cameos that were sick, kind of. But then, I don't know. But it was cool. But I would say Zombie Doctor Strange, to everyone who understands what the hell we're talking about, a little silly, but I did like the part where like he wields those demons from hell and like uses them to fly. That part was kind of cool. Even though even the demons themselves were a little silly, they looked kind of neat. And when they became his wings, that was pretty badass.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That the Doctor Stranges, some of them are cool. I definitely like the psychotic one towards the end. Mm-hmm. I think he was my favorite Strange.
Sure,
I would say so. But let me ask you my first question about Doctor Strange. We're all over the place. I'll give a shit.
I know, right? Yeah. Let's start. Let's get some.
Just start asking you some stupid ass questions.
By all means. Welcome to Beer Belly. This is what we do.
Do you think if Captain America was thrown the shield, he would have caught it? And if so, is it because he's a man?
Well, obviously. There's no question about that. I mean, come on.
Let's start some context. They get sent to a different universe, and Scarlet Witch is hunting them. And this is where we get all the cameos, right?
Yes.
And probably the best scene of the movie, in my opinion,
Yeah,
in a sense,
yeah.
because it's also like the in a thing. It's also like where I had a lot of complaints too, but one of them was because it wasn't Man America.
Captain Man America. Sounds good.
Penis Man.
There you go. There you go.
Do you think he would have caught that shield?
Okay, thank you. That was actually one of my first thoughts. As soon as that happened, I was like, Cap would have caught that, or he would have known to jump over it. So yeah, there's the scene where freaking Captain Carter, which she actually looked kind of cool too.
Agreed.
She throws the shield right at Scarlet Witch. Those of you who have watched the movie knows Scarlet Witch like stops it, sends it back with her powers, and Captain Carter just mind-numbingly stands still waiting for the thing to hit her. I guess she just didn't have the reflexes to react. She was more in shock and stood perfectly still when it happened. I just think, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like part of the superhero serum or super soldier serum is to have fast reflexes, maybe to a degree at least. Obviously, the guy doesn't have spidey senses, nor the lady. But at the same time, I mean, their athletic prowess is supposed to be off the charts. Why didn't she back handspring away from the motherfucker or something? Like with her superhuman strength, could she not have like slung the shield right back around or something? Anything else? That said, it was an interestingly, I guess, violent moment in the film, of which there were many.
Yes. Let's break down the deaths. Let's go to the next one. And if we have a problem with it. Let's go with Captain Marvel.
Okay. I liked Captain Marvel.
Same.
It's the best friend now in this movie.
Probably one of the better deaths, in a sense. Like, wasn't so ridiculous.
It was pretty badass. Like she actually got to use her powers and like somewhat rivaled Scarlet Witch for a moment. Like that was kind of cool. That was kind of neat, I suppose.
And she died from a statue falling on top of her.
Like a giant fucking sculpture crushing her, essentially. Which again, I would have thought that maybe Captain Marvel would be strong enough to withstand that, because Captain Marvel in Earth 616 was able to take a fucking punch from the Power Stone to the face and survived. So Power Stone, heavy stone object. Power Stone. I'm just saying, maybe the stone that controls some of the power, that wields some of the power of the universe, might be a little more powerful than a fucking statue crushing her. But I mean, that's just me. But I did think that the fight was cool. I guess I did. I didn't even realize it right now until this moment. But I kind of was expecting like statue smash, and then she smashes out of it and is like, let's fucking go another round or something like that. But didn't happen. I didn't think I had a problem with it. Now you're getting me riled up. Now I'm getting sweaty. Now my toes are twiddling and I'm mad. Great. All right. I hate this movie. I dislike this movie more than I thought I did.
Yeah, there you go. Like I said, the new BVS.
But better.
So who's the next one? Let's Xavier.
Okay. So that one I have a problem with. That one I definitely have a problem with. You tell me why you do. I've been doing enough talking.
I actually didn't have a problem with it.
Oh, okay.
I actually am. I mean, it was quick. That whole scene was kind of quick. It was like a 2-minute scene, like the whole everybody dies scene.
Yeah, that was all very. yeah.
But I was a fan of like the way she killed him.
Okay,
like the way she came out and just snapped the neck. I mean,
I'm cool with that. I think it was more so how she was able to get herself into that position, because Professor Xavier, as we know, one of the most powerful mutants of all time. An Omega mutant, is that the classification that they're at? Like he and Magneto and all the others. Is that what it's called? Omega mutant or something like that?
Yeah, Omega level.
There you go. If I'm not mistaken, for anyone that is correcting us, let us know.
They're screaming at us right now.
I know, right? It's fifth. Well, at BeerBellyPod on socials, let us know. But anyway, so he goes into her mind to try to chill her out and be like, hey, like, I understand what you're going through. Let's talk through this. You're a wounded person. You've gone through a lot of trauma, blah, blah, blah. And yet the mutant that is probably known to have one of the strongest minds of all mutant kind which Scarlet Witch technically is at least half of, I would imagine, half mutant, if not
isn't
full.
She? I mean, not MCU, but in the comics, at one point she was stronger than him. I mean, she wiped out half of the mutants. Right?
Okay, House fair enough. So I can feel that, but my problem is this: that she was able to mentally overcome the mentally powerful mutant. I guess that was like he was in his zone there, like helping her along in her mind and her psyche, and yet she was able to outsmart and overpower him. It's like, no, like homie's in his element. I mean, he's old. He's been doing it for forever now.
Okay.
Why? How could he be outsmarted and overpowered by her? I mean, I get it. She was scary in her psyche when Scarlet Witch part of her took over, when the Darkhold part of her took over. But otherwise, I just was kind of like, wait, no. Like it's freaking Professor X. He should be able to handle this right now.
You know what?
So that was me.
I feel you on that. What won me over, honestly, because all I heard from you was
sorry.
He's old, so you would imagine he would have put up a little bit better of a fight from being experienced.
I guess so. He's got a lot more experience points. He's level 100. She's probably like level 80 going down victory road right now. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm going to bring up a notable mention death because they just kind of brought it up. They actually showed it, and I thought it was pretty badass. Was the Doctor Strange death?
Which one?
From the universe, remember? They had Black Bolt.
Oh yeah. That was tight.
I'm sorry.
I did like that one. That was a cool death.
And
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Since we're on that subject,
mm-hmm.
I just have to ask: did Doctor Strange murder Tony Stark because there was a universe where he could have chose himself?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they had no mention of
not murder, but
something.
Didn't sacrifice himself. Like,
I mean, he
saw that, how many futures,
right?
But he's like, "Oh, there's one where I die. Nah, let's keep searching."
Right? Nah, let's find one where I get to be the hero for once.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he have beef with Tony Stark that whole movie?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now you see.
There you go. Huh? Had a little too much smart talk, and look what happened. I wonder how. What? Yeah, they never explained that. Like, why didn't? I mean, I guess probably because they didn't want to pay fucking Robert Downey Jr. to be in this movie. But but it would have been interesting to at least hear why Tony Stark had nothing to do with the Infinity War.
None of the Avengers were mentioned with that one. It was just Doctor Strange got the book of, what was it called again? The evil book? The Darkhold. And that's how he was able to kill Thanos.
Right. Well, I guess to be fair, no, never mind. I'm going to call bullshit on myself. I was going to say, to be fair, there are certain characters that certain heroes that seem to exist in that universe because they're the Illuminati instead of the Avengers. And so perhaps there's no Tony Stark. But then again, why I call bullshit is because there were Ultron drones.
Right.
That were good.
At the Baxter building, though. So it could have been made by the world's dumbest man. But we'll get to that soon.
That's a great point.
I definitely think that he could have sacrificed himself, but chose to sacrifice Tony Stark because he had beef.
Right? No, absolutely. Hey, Tony, I need you to go for this long play right now. And he's going to get the gauntlet, but don't worry. I'm going to put a spell on you to where you're going to be able to withstand one hit from him. And then he's going to be like, abracadabra. Oh, shit, I didn't finish the spell. Right through the chest. Arc reactor exploded.
And I'm going to take it one more step.
Do it.
Technically, and they did say it, if you find the Book of Ashanti, it'll grant you anything. So why didn't Doctor Strange do that?
You would think. He's a dick. Like you said, went too far. I wonder what he did wish for then. Did they say? Now that you mentioned that?
He didn't find it, I thought.
Oh, he never actually found it.
Not from that universe. I know in the end he finds it and then it gets burnt.
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah, he's a dick.
Sure. That's a good point. I wish I had more input on it, but yeah, that is a great question though. I am curious now that you mention it. I didn't consider that at the time of watching the movie.
So let's go to the next one. A
Oh
Black
boy.
Bolt, which was basically, I wouldn't say murdered by the dumbest man on Earth, but the dumbest man on Earth definitely contributed to him
Oh
dying.
yeah, he was an accessory to the murder. She might have been the gunman, but he was definitely the fucking gun in that situation. He might as well have held her hand and pointed the gun at his face.
Yeah.
You want to give some context to the people?
First, well, Black Bolt is fucking badass. He is the king of the Inhumans, and his power is if he speaks, it can like destroy planets and shit. So that like when he killed Doctor Strange, he like whispered. He didn't even do like a real scream or anything. So he's also like, he's not a mutant. I know they're kind of related to mutants.
Right.
But Omega style status, I would say, right? He's
probably
part of the
if he
Illuminati.
can destroy fucking planets, potentially.
So the world's dumbest man was like, my homie can kill you. He's strapped, and before the man who was strapped said anything, he got shot. But but he's like, what did he say? If he talks, he'll kill you.
Yeah, if Black Bolt over here even opens his mouth, you're dead. He'll kill you.
Boom, done.
Right? She's like, oh, that's the problem. Okay, close mouth, explode brain.
He died because he panicked.
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted, like, I think he let out like little, and then that was enough force.
But if
his mouth was closed, so
if he didn't panic and he would have breathed through his nose and then rockied that shit, cut me, Mickey.
Right.
Could have been a different outcome. Could have been a completely different outcome, but
probably.
I'm not a director. But I think his was the most gruesome. I was definitely like, holy shit. It
visually, yeah. The way his head concaved was like, what? Like, did his brain just have a flat tire right now? Like, what the fuck just happened? And his eyes like instantly turned like dark and bloody for a moment. Like, holy fuck. It was pretty, like, while not showing a lot, it still showed a lot.
It definitely applied a lot. Yeah.
I never seen someone's head sink in before. That was like, fuck. Like, what the hell?
This is probably the most graphic Marvel movie, right?
As soon as we were walking down the stairs, Sin said, and I thought Winter Soldier was gruesome when the guy got kicked through the plane, the jet engine. And I was like, yep, that's totally a different story now. Totally different story. Yeah,
different. Yeah.
I mean, and there's some violent parts here and there in the MCU, but pound for pound, this one definitely takes the cake. Takes the cake. I'm surprised at how much they really allowed in this film, because it was pretty scary. I imagine for kids, it was probably pretty scary.
For kids, 100%. I thought it was going to be a little bit more scary.
Right. Lean towards the horror a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but Sam Raimi came in because he replaced the director, the original director. And the original director wanted to make it scarier.
That would have been cool.
But, I mean, he left because of creative differences, whatever the hell that means.
Right.
So it actually could have been a lot scarier movie. But Marvel, they do their thing. So the person who deserved to die the most, I would say. All right, would you not agree? I think if anybody deserved to die, the dumbest man on the universe. Yeah, let's say the universe. Let's upgrade it.
The universe, for sure. The multiverse, if we dare.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that he found out that Doctor Strange was the person to worry about, not Wanda. Not a smart call.
Last I checked, Doctor Strange wasn't intentionally trying to murder anyone that got in his way.
but smartest man,
Right?
He determined. So dumb call.
And homies backed him up, except for one homie.
Dumb call.
yes, for sure.
What's the other one? He gave away Black Bolt's power. That's another dumb call.
Ultimately getting his friend killed. Yep.
That's two. And he did something else that was really stupid. Why can't I remember it?
I
thought it was three dumb things. I was like, yeah, this guy's an idiot.
It may come to you. If it does, just bring it up randomly in an episode like 17 days,
Oh
like
my
17
God.
episodes from now, just be like, oh, that's right. That's another reason why he's dumb. I'm trying to think, but now that you mention it, yeah, he did give away Black Bolt's power, which was Jesus. I mean, again, like we said in the group chat when we talked about it, I think he was trying to give a fair warning, like, hey, bro, I know you're here to wreak havoc and to cause shit, but homie right here, it can just explode you in a moment. So don't fuck around. And yet, like you said, though, he should have been aware of what she was capable of, though. Like, he should have known. She could fucking do magic. She could do anything. Like, what? What are you
So
thinking?
I feel like the only way to justify it is that I don't remember. There's no way of justifying it.
I don't think so. But I think you make another good point in that, like, here is freaking Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic himself, which was awesome, though, by the way. Let's not totally ignore that. I thought that was really cool.
What was awesome when he was turned into Silly String?
I've been calling it Twizzlers or untwizzling a Twizzler. Yeah, it's like, ooh.
In the end,
yeah, that was very violent though as well. That was very violent. But what was I gonna say? Just the fact that like clearly he was unwilling to listen to Doctor Strange's logic when it's like, dude, he's obviously trying to do the right thing, help the guy out. Yeah, you know what? Sure, he has the capabilities of wielding enough power to destroy universes, which an alternate version of him actually did, the one that he knew. So I get his caution, but this is an immediate danger right now from some scary witch that's willing to do whatever it takes to get what she wants, including it takes. Like clearly, like at this point, she goes full villain, like completely. It's ridiculous how much of a villain they make her in this movie, I think. But it was cool. Like it made her. I mean, the movie definitely had a villain. It didn't. It definitely had a villain, and I could at a certain point I could no longer relate with the character, which I guess was kind of cool, but also kind of not. But anyway. Yeah, I just don't understand why Reed Richards was so hard up on just saying, nah, doc, no, doc. Like, we can't let you do this. We can't let you do this. Like, we vote no.
And, or just to push it just a little bit more, couldn't Xavier kind of like read his mind and see that he was being truthful and stuff?
Right? I mean, clearly he trusted him, which was the cool part, but he only waited until everyone else went away. He's like, nah, dog, I got your back. Do this and
I forgot he said that. Okay.
That was cool.
That was stupid.
I like that personally. You didn't like that?
So doubt him until right before you die and then don't doubt him.
Well, I just thought maybe he figured the other people he wouldn't be able to persuade, but at least when he's alone, he's like, you know what? I know they all said no, but don't worry about it. The book's around the corner to the left. Do it.
Do you not know his power? He doesn't need to persuade. He can tell them what to do. I mean, he's not a villain, but
right, yeah, he's not going to maybe that's the thing. He's just a morally compass dude to where he's not going to manipulate the minds of his friends.
That was a pretty dumb crew.
That's true. Well, that's why they all died. That's why the Avengers are still here alive and kicking to this day.
Hate to say it to you guys, sometimes being stupid does kill you.
In fact, probably a lot of times. Let me introduce you to what was called the Pro Magnum. Okay. Do you see any of them around anymore? Probably because they got eaten by one too many saber-toothed tigers, all right? But occasionally, one would rise up and teach them, oh, you know what? Whatever. Throw a mammoth dookie at them. They don't want to come near you anymore. Roll around in it.
Roll around in it, yep.
Roll around in it. Get in it. Let it get in the hair. Don't not get it in the hair. Get it in the beard too. Bathe in it. And matter of fact, eat it. Are they going to want to eat you anymore? Nope. That's what it takes.
Will you die? Maybe, but for a different reason.
Exactly. Why do it short and lethal when you could just have a long, agonizing case of fucking, I don't know, anything.
From the creators that brought you Spike Can.
If you thought Spike canning a dolphin wasn't hype enough, eat some mammoth shit and see what happens. Give yourself 73 days of agony from gonorrhea, and then you'll make it through. I'm sorry, not gonorrhea. Unless you're sucking mammoth dick also. But E. coli.
which is healthy to do it.
Yeah, actually, your children will go stronger if they drink it too. God damn
it. Awful.
That's not good. That tribe didn't make it either.
Overall opinion of the movie.
I liked it, but I need to see it again. I thought it was really cool. I did feel for Scarlet Witch in the beginning. You know, she has that sad dream where she wakes up and the boys are gone.
Right.
I felt for that. Did I think she needed to go on a nonstop murderous rampage till her inevitable death? No. I mean, I'm not a parent. Maybe I don't get that. But I also think Sin made a really good point in our group chat as well of like, there are other characters who have suffered very heavy losses, familial losses at least, if not completely cultural losses.
Yeah.
And yet they didn't go on a murderous rampage. They seek virtue and happiness and betterment and just trying to get by. Instead, she's like, no, I want my two boys and I'll murder anyone who gets in my way, even though they were all along a figment of my imagination.
In a sense, her story is pretty tragic. She was separated from her parents. Her brother died right in front of her. Her love blew up right in front of her. Then her children were taken away from her. So she does have some type of tragic backstory.
I know. I agree. I definitely feel that. But at the same time,
but I agree.
Is it worth murdering all those people for?
Complete 180.
Yeah, like she almost saved the world multiple. She helped save the world multiple times now. So why all of a sudden is? I mean, I guess like now she's just willing to betray everyone who's done good for her since then. Like that's crazy. That was where it got a little out of hand for me. But go on, please.
And I loved what Wong told her, where he's like, and you can't just be happy knowing there is a universe where you do have kids and they have a mother.
And she straight up told him, no, bitch.
Credits, movie done, you know? But
I forgot about that part, but you're absolutely right.
It stuck out to me right away.
With her.
It's like, why can't you just be happy about that? You didn't technically lose your kids. They were in a 4-day episode. How long were they in that?
Probably like 4 out of 8 episodes or so, something like that, if I had to say.
She didn't have them for a long time.
No, not for very long, but enough for her to apparently
to murder people,
the entire multiverse.
The entire multiverse. What do you think about what's her name? Stargirl or
America Chavez?
Yes.
Shout out to America Chavez, who I actually know, and America Chavez. That was pretty sick.
Oh, okay. I know what America you're talking about.
Yes,
the country we live in.
Yeah. But anyway, I liked America Chavez. I thought she was cool. I thought she was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked her.
I liked her powers. It was kind of neat. Our buddy Peter did make a fair point in that it seemed a little convenient that she was all of a sudden able to fully control her powers. But at the same time, like there were hints about her gaining control at certain points in the film. Typically, like the beginning of the third act, she started being able to like kind of understand like, oh crap, I could not only. It's not only when I get scared and out of instinct on accident. It's also like if I'm pissed, I can do this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like she gets it kind of, and then eventually by the end, she has a lot more control.
She got the whole power.
Mm-hmm. But it was cool. It was cool. I like Doctor Strange in this film too. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if the final battle with the beauty of music was like the best kind of fight they could have had, but it was interesting on screen as well. Like I want to see this movie again, and I do like it. I did enjoy myself watching it, but it also felt like a 2.5 hour movie when it was like a 2 hour and 6 minute movie for me anyway. That's just me. Okay. It did feel a little long at times, but did I enjoy myself? Yes. I know I've kind of crapped on this movie a bit today, but that's part of the fun of the show. But at the same time, it was cool. Like we did get to see Doctor Strange do some pretty cool things. America Chavez's like multiverse breaking power was really cool.
I like the effect, the actual visual of it. It was really cool.
Star and going through it. Yeah, it was pretty tight.
Living Tribunal.
Yeah, America Chavez is cool. She seems like she's going to be pretty powerful in the MCU eventually. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, whenever she shows back up. Like I told you over, it was good for what it was, but it's not like a Marvel movie. And and it's kind of refreshing. Although you said it felt a little long, that it wasn't a 3-hour movie. It kind of ruined the movie a little bit in a sense because they had to speed things up.
Right.
But I don't always want to be at the theaters for 3 hours. So
right. And I don't always want to have to sit at home and think like, okay, I have to dedicate like 3 hours to this right now.
3 hours. So it was nice. Like I liked it for what it was. And I really appreciated that it was only 2 hours.
Hell yeah. I agree. It was cool. I think we could get a better example of how 2 hours can be better used. Maybe we'll see that with Love and Thunder or Guardians 3 down the road when that eventually comes about. But ultimately, I'm just hyped to see what the rest of the MCU has to offer. And I think this is like a cool, pretty necessary step as far as the MCU goes as well. Even though I am kind of disappointed that Scarlet Witch is now apparently, at least in our universe,
for now,
dead. Yeah,
she ain't dead, but for now,
right.
They can opt out by saying that it was the Darkhold that made her evil, and it really wasn't her. So
right, or at the very least, they can also like recruit the Wanda that was the good Wanda still in the other universe, who she like possessed essentially.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. She's not done though.
Right. I feel you. But ultimately, yeah, fun movie. I need to see it again though. And how did you see it actually? Did you watch it in Dolby or IMAX or standard?
It was the only way I was able to get tickets, and I wanted to watch it. I wasn't gonna wait. So
exactly, yeah, it was the only way for me to watch it with good seats as well. I did have a chance to see it in Dolby, but there were like random seats far apart from each other in like the middle area or back area of the auditorium, or dead front row, and I just didn't know if I wanted to do that. It didn't seem worth it to me. So yeah, opted for standard, but I do want to see it again in maybe more of like an IMAX or Dolby Cinema format. We'll see though. We'll see.
I will not be seeing it again, not until it's released on TV.
Oh wow, really interesting. Okay,
it's not often I see a movie a second time.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. It's not just this movie in particular.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we do have to call this episode a little short today, but with that, of course, an episode of Beer Belly would not be complete without John's words of wisdom for the fucking week. Go ahead, sir. What's up?
Find the Darkhold, read it, study it, and take over the multiverse.
Do it. Murder your friends. Anyone who's helped you in life, let them go.
Bring them back to life. Murder them again.
Right. Close their mouth a little bit. Tell them to scream real loud.
Head goes
they don't have
in,
powers. It might just get a little moisture that comes out the ears, but might make their ears pop, but that's okay. We're good with that.
All right. You got like 30 seconds. Type it out.
John Krasinski was awesome. John Krasinski was pretty cool. It was sad that he's dead now, though. So, oh well. I guess we'll get another multiverse version of him.
Man in the universe.
Yep, probably. But John Krasinski, come back to the MCU. That would be really cool. BeerBellyPod on all social medias. Let us know. Share your friends if you think they might enjoy the dumbassery that we happen to talk about. This is a rare, like, straight up movie review episode, but it's pretty fun. We'll catch you then next week. Goodbye.